Hi, my name is Fred May. I teach and coach at West Lincoln Middle School, and this is me.
Beyond the numbers, scores, grades, and wins and losses, Lincoln County Schools desires to showcase real people, local families, real struggles, successes, and real stories that are part of our own untold story. This is a great place to work, learn, play, and grow, and we want our community to see the strength from our own. We are #LCS Strong to the Core. Fred, thanks for being a part of our conversation about strength and core and what it means to show those features to people. And you've had a chance most recently to have a life event happen to you. What was that?
In January of 2019, I discovered a lump under my right arm, on my armpit, basically. Normal day, getting ready for work, putting on deodorant, and felt a lump there. And ignored it for about a week and realized it wasn't going away. And so I started the process of going to the doctor and was referred to a surgeon. That started the process of ultrasounds, biopsies, and then I had to wait about 3 weeks for a diagnosis. And so during that time, we didn't know what was going on. I had my suspicions of what it might be, but then of course the diagnosis came back as cancer. And I literally was walking to track practice after school one day and got the phone call from one of our oncologists, and he told me it was Merkel cell carcinoma.
All right, so what is that? Define that in layman's terms. How would you describe that kind of cancer?
Merkel cell carcinoma is a rare skin cancer. Normally develops as a red bump on the skin. Mine was unusual that it was under the skin, and it developed as basically as a mass in my right armpit. Normally it is by sun exposure or sometimes it's caused by a virus. And so mine was, they think, caused by a virus. And it makes those cells go rogue, basically, and those cells don't live out and then die and go away. They just keep replicating and producing, and so it causes that cancerous tumor.
So talk about your treatment, highs and lows, things that you experienced physically but also emotionally.
I can't tell you enough how wonderful our medical staff has been. When we got to our oncologist in Levine Cancer Institute in Charlotte, Dr. Amin, first day I was there, they put me into a clinical trial which used immunotherapy. And immunotherapy is supposed to heighten your immune system, make your T cells attack the issue. I did 2 rounds of that. Unfortunately, that process didn't work. The tumor just kept increasing. When I first noticed it, the size was about a golf ball, and it grew over the next several weeks to almost grapefruit size.
So about the size of my fist, or your fist, really. Your
Right.
hands are bigger than mine.
Right.
It grew under your armpit.
Right.
Wow.
So large that I couldn't even get my arm to my side. It was that large. So when that didn't work, they switched me to radiation. So I did 25 rounds, 25 treatments of radiation. I'm fortunate, and I say fortunate in a good way, that my type of cancer, Merkel cell carcinoma, was chemo resistant. So it did not react to chemo, so I did not have to go through that process. But 25 rounds of radiation, and after that, it was almost back to the size it was when I first noticed it.
Okay.
And then they had surgery. They scheduled surgery. So a few weeks after that, I had surgery June 13th, I believe, of last year.
And as a byproduct of your surgery, you have what to wear on your arm?
This is a compression sleeve because they had to remove lymph nodes from under my armpit. The lymphatic system on this side is compromised, and so the swelling would just continue to increase. And so to combat that, I wear a sleeve, as much as I can. And then at night, I actually have a pneumatic pump, and it has a sleeve that has 8 chambers that will pump up sequentially and help my body remove that swelling from my arm.
So that's almost become your new normal for you, your new routine.
It is, and I look at it as a positive because I know there's a lot worse that could have happened. There could have been a lot of other side effects, a lot of other consequences from this. But if this is all I have to worry about for my life, then I'm good with that.
So you're a son, you're a husband, a dad, a teacher, and a coach. You coach 3 sports here at West Middle. How has cancer changed any and all of those roles you play?
It's made me more aware of, I guess, the man that I want to be, the teacher that I want to be, and the coach that I'd like to be. It makes you appreciate the things that you have, because in that time frame of not knowing what was going on and then what type of cancer it was, and is this a fatal type of cancer? What is the prognosis? It really makes you evaluate what your priorities are, what's important to you in life. I can't say enough about the support system that I had through this whole process, and it made me just appreciate all the things that I have and all the things that I'm blessed with.
So talk about that support system. Who during their time here at West Middle and even within your family, this is your time now to say a shout out or a thanks to them.
Yeah.
Who would you want to thank?
Well, I want to thank God first and foremost. I tell people this a lot. When this first happened last year, and we all have passwords for everything that we have to do in anything, log into the computer or whatever. Part of that process for me was changing my password to I trust God. And that became my mantra. I can't fix this. I can't make myself better. I can do what the doctor says, and medical science is a wonderful thing, but all I can do is trust God. Beyond that, my wife, Carla, has been right there with me every step of the way, every appointment, every scan, every doctor's appointment. I can't say enough about the love and support I've received from her. And of course, obviously my family, my kids, my extended family, my parents, my in-laws, but also from this place, from West Middle. To start with, my teammates, the teachers I teach with, have been amazing to help me, to work with me. My principal, my athletic director, all the people here have, I know, prayed for me, thought about what I was going through, and have, expressed good wishes and concern and compassion, and so I can't say enough about those things. I do have to add, everywhere I went, it seemed like the next person I saw said, "Hey, I put you on our prayer list at church." And hey, how are you doing? I heard about what's going on. We're praying for you at our church. And I can't even number how many people said that to us. And so I want to thank my community for that as well.
That's awesome. And part of that awareness of this cancer, and you're wearing purple, and purple is the universal color for cancer. But what have you been able to do to change your perspective from an awareness perspective since this?
Yeah. I've experienced cancer in our family, my grandparents, my wife's family. It was something that was there, but it was never personal. Obviously, it became very personal last year. And so as a part of that, in my roles as coach, I want to do a strikeout cancer game. So we did a strikeout cancer game last fall for softball. We had t-shirts printed up. We cooperated with Burns Middle School. They were the ones that helped us do that as well. We sold wristbands, had purple wristbands that had "No One Fights Alone" and "Strikeout Cancer," and we sold those. We raised money for the V Foundation. And so the V Foundation raises awareness. It also gives money for research. And so I thought that was a part of my process to help raise awareness, but also to help other people. Because I want my story and my situation to help others as well.
Speaking of your story, you got how many kids in your family?
4 kids.
Yeah, 4 kids. So, even 20 years from now, when your kids are having your grandkids, what do you want your grandkids to know about you, about this time in your life?
That I continued on. The only days that I missed of work were for doctor's appointments or scans. I continued to coach. I continued to teach. I continued to be a husband and a father. I continued to go to football games and softball games and other activities that my kids did. I didn't let this stop me. And I trusted in God for the outcome. Regardless of what the outcome was going to be, I trusted Him for the outcome. And I wanted them to see that I could show them how faith can get us through these circumstances, but also how love and support from other people is very important. And I wanted to have that example for them.
I definitely say it's a good way to leave a legacy, but also a reputation. Fred May, I appreciate you telling your story.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me share a small part of my story I'm proud to be part of. #LCS Strong to the Core.